Hello everybody, it's Joe here and welcome to Train Simulator World 2. We are on the Cathcart Circle line and we're going to be doing a scenario called Divergent. Good afternoon, an incident occurred earlier this afternoon which has resulted in a failed train at Cathcart. You have been assigned to operate the replacement service to Newton to begin prepare this train for service. Now we're going to be driving the one and only train that comes with this, the Class 314. We'll just unisolate that there. It's an absolutely spectacular model, I am sure you'll agree. It looks gorgeous. We believe, from what I've been reading, that Armstrong Powerhouse have played a part in this. So, of course, it's going to be fantastic. We'll get the master key on, and we also think, I believe, that they've had a part in the sounds to this. So, again, it's going to be brilliant. I know that Dovetail have never been renowned for their the sounds of their trains. So, you know, to hear that Armstrong Powerhouse have done this, it fills me with joy. Now, I can tell you for a fact, I don't know much about this particular train. I don't know much at all. The 314, I've never been on one, never set foot on one. It's one of the only trains in the UK that I've not actually been for a trip on. I have, however, been on one of the Merseyrail Class 508 trains. Oh, hang on, the door closes right up there. That's a very weird place to put it, isn't it? So basically what we're going to be doing, this is a two-part scenario, and oh, hang on, right, off we go. Are we going? Come on then. Yeah, that's what we like. Oh, it's God, it doesn't hang about, does it? Straight off the mark. Yeah, it's, hang on, left door's unlocked. What's that about? I would beg to differ, but we're just going to click, yeah, we're going to just click that to make sure. But yes, so, I've been on a Merseyrail Class 508, or maybe a 507, I'm not entirely sure of the difference. I'm sure someone out there will know the difference between the two. But yeah, they're not too different inside, and to be honest, operationally, other than the fact the 507 and the 508 are third rail, these are obviously, you know, they've got fizzy knitting above the tracks, by which I mean overhead wires, of course, instead of a third rail. Then yeah, they're not too different in terms of appearance. The 508s and 507s look incredibly similar. They've got a 1972 British Rail standard suburban style body shell on them, as was typical at the time. But yeah, so it's a two-part scenario. Now, on the first part, you drive this service which diverts via to avoid the stuck train, and then there's another scenario where we bring a train from the depot and we go and rescue the failed train. So we will be doing that, not next time, because this takes about 70 minutes. So what I've decided to do, so that obviously you're not having to watch one scenario all in one go, is I'm going to split it into two. So we're going to drive this to a place, and then we're going to change ends and basically do the next bit next time. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. And then after that, we'll go rescue the failed train. It'll be like a mini-series, if you will. Like a mini-series. Everyone loves a mini-series, don't they? Of like a trouble on the tracks on the Cathcart Circle. That's a catchy title, isn't it? Now, I've only ever been to Glasgow Central once in my life, and it was quite a few years ago now. It was certainly before I actually worked on the railway, and so yeah, I don't know much about Glasgow Central, and to be honest with you, I don't really know anything about this route at all. It goes to Cathcart and it uses Class 314 multiple units, so I can essentially tell you what you already know, which, you know, I'm sorry I can't tell you more there. I'd love to be able to say, oh, I've got lots of interesting things to tell you. I don't, because I don't know the line. I'm terribly sorry. The good thing, however, with the Class 314 is that if you look on the outside, they have now essentially got a base model for a Class 313 for the Brighton Coastway. I know that obviously it's third rail. This has got a coat hanger on the roof for fizzy knitting. But you know, they're almost there. They're almost there. So for a 313, it would be a very easy conversion. They've also got the likes of a 315 that we could potentially see at some stage if they do, you know, if they do a, you know, Greater Anglia or a East Coast Main Line add-on. 313 for that. Ooh, that would be hellfire. That would be absolutely fantastic. You know, so there's so many opportunities for like expansion because of this model. And, you know, I think it's a really welcome addition. It is a really welcome addition. It's such a widely used model as well, you know, across the country. Mainly commuters, so down in London, up in Scotland. Now let's have a look, because the first time I completely misjudged the brakes on this thing. And, because this is not the first time I've driven it. But yeah, I completely misjudged the brakes. We missed the station. It was a miserable day for all involved. The brakes don't seem particularly fantastic, it has to be said. Although I'm used to driving things like the Networker, I'm used to driving things like the Electrostar, so of course the brakes aren't going to be good in comparison. I mean, they're a much more modern unit. Yeah, we've kind of overshot a little bit there. This is not good at the old brakes. Okie dokie. Right. We've stopped there. It's a good job that we have a guard looking out the window. I can't stick my head out. That's annoying. Let's have a wander out into here. There we go.
Checks are in operation at this station.
Oh, that's good.
Please have your tickets available for inspection.
I wonder if that's a genuine ScotRail woman. I would highly doubt it, but you know, I'm impressed that Dovetail have actually got it right in the sense that it's a Scottish accent and they've not just reused the woman from down south. That's yeah, I can get behind that. Done well. 10 points, Dovetail. There we go, notch 2. We'll see how you like that. Oh, we were also going downhill as well. That might be why we struggled with the old braking a little bit more. Bloody hell, look at how that takes off. And whilst I don't profess to know an awful lot about 314s, I can tell you that sounds pretty damn good to me. That's pretty awesome. I like that. Little squeak there from the old throttle. It is a little bit weird because obviously I've come from a background of sprinters, you know, been from the north, and the sprinters seem to be are the sprinters the other way around? Oh no, hang on, the throttle's on the right on the sprinter as well, isn't it? Is it? I think it is, you know. I do think it is. Okay, ignore that statement. Yeah, ignore that statement. It's fine. Let's get slowing down for this station as well now. We don't want to cock it up. Ideally, we'd like a little bit of a better approach than last time. Oh, that's a bit fast. Oh, hang on. Step 3. Ah, step 3 is different to emergency, so it'll show 100% braking. Even though it's not 100% braking. Okay. There we go. Doors open, please. And I did that with the Y key. That appears to cover the doors as well. White Craigs, right, okay. I wonder if you have got... See, the 1508 Newton... Ah, so that actually, it's much like the southeastern one. It appears to do the stations. That's good. Good. All looking good so far. Right, I think that is the opportunity for a pretty picture. Jolly good. Right, lock doors. Hang on, we're delaying the train here. You're pressing the wrong key there, Joe. Come on. We've got time to catch up here. We're literally due into William Wood in 50 seconds. God, this is a suburban service, isn't it? It's like working for London Overground. In fact, didn't London Overground have 313s at some point? So yeah, it's literally not too different to working for London Overground. I think a lot of the 314s have gone now, haven't they? Have they all been scrapped? I think they more or less have been scrapped. It's a shame because you know, mind you, they're very, very old trains, aren't they? Of the 1972, roughly. I mean, it's the 1972 design, so that they are 50 years old. You know, they're old trains now, and you know they've been workhorses. They've done their time, and now you know they need to pave the way for something more modern. I reckon that they've probably got rid of the 314. Have they replaced them with the 318? I know that they tend to lurk around Glasgow. You don't tend to see them in Edinburgh. But yeah, Glasgow, I know they're around. I've never been on a 318 actually either. You know, it kind of spans from the fact that I've never been to... Well, I've been to Glasgow Central once. And I think Queen Street, Glasgow Queen Street once as well. Train Simulator doesn't count, does it? There we go. Right, come to a stop. Doors open. See, I'm not really used to this. Oh, hang on. That must be retrofit. Earth test socket. That cannot have been since brand new. I don't get why they've put the closed door button up there. I mean, the drivers must have some pretty good thighs from the amount of squats they must do. Every time you have to close the doors, which on these things is like every 10 seconds, because there's a station so frequently, every time you want to close the doors, you have to stand up, press the button and sit back down again. God, that's just absurd. I have huge thighs after doing that. They could have picked a better thing to call it, couldn't they, rather than action points in the top right hand corner, because I keep looking at that thinking, why doesn't it say Armstrong Powerhouse in the top right hand corner of my Train Sim World 2? There we go, another 314. Hello! Hello to you. Yeah, I can categorically confirm the brakes on this thing are atrocious. Like, for step 1 anyway. Oh, hello, what's this? A bit of island platform? That's a bit different, isn't it? We'll try and not use full service today. We'll try. I believe that this DLC is on at $24.99, by the way. I usually mention that before, and ooh, I like that chunk as we went under the bridge. You see, you've cocked that up again. You're coming in too slow now. You've ruined everything. Yeah, I usually mention the DLC price, don't I, towards the start of the video, so I can only apologise that I've not done that. There we go. Right, doors released. So we're only 15 seconds late. We're only 15 seconds late. I reckon that's good. We can live with that. Yeah, we can totally live with that. Come on. Time to go. So I don't get how it will work, 'cause there's no driver-only operated cameras here. Yet the driver has to use those controls. Is there not more controls somewhere else? I mean, there's door controls there for a guard, isn't there? And I'm impressed that when I hovered over the control it said local door closed. It seems that you can flick that stick to open the local door, which would be true to life. I wonder, it's a shame they don't do a mode where you can like play as a guard and go through and check tickets. You know, and click the passenger. You know, kind of like a firm bus kind of a deal. Where you click the passenger, they show you the ticket and you say whether it's valid or not. God, could you imagine? You'd have some right rows with folk. Right, so the speed limit's going down to 20 miles an hour. So I imagine, is this where we come off? Do we have a map? Oh, we do have a map. Right, so we're here. That's where we are. Ah, so we've started. Where? I thought we started up here. Ah, right, so Muirend. It'll be some sort of weird pronunciation, won't it? So that is Cathcart. So we're going to turn right and come down here, change ends, and then in the next video we're going to go back up here into Glasgow. Oh yeah, of course, that's Glasgow. Duh. We've clearly not started at Glasgow. Okay. So straight on at this junction is to Cathcart. That's interesting. Okie dokie, so this line that we're joining from the left, by the looks of things, comes from Glasgow as well, but via a different way, so this will be obviously where the Cathcart Circle gets its name, the Cathcart Circle. Who'd have thought that, eh? I love those sounds as you come over the points. That is just fantastic. Ah, so this is the failed train. Oh, hang on. That is excellent. So that is the... Oh, hang on. What's happening with the texture? Oh, dear. That's... yeah, that's not good at all. Oh, it's fixed itself. Yeah, that's perhaps something that needs addressing, but never mind. We'll pretend we've not seen that. Okay, so down there is obviously the way back to Glasgow, isn't it? Through Cathcart. So we're going to go down towards... wherever we're going. I honestly can't remember any of the station names on this line other than Glasgow Central and Cathcart. Oh, and Kings Park. Not because it says it in the top left-hand corner. Definitely not. Nah, absolutely not. Talking rubbish. And then this is where it makes a triangle, this line here, obviously. Right, okay. Okay. I can just about do this. Oh hell! What was that? Was that a neutral section? It sounded like an explosion. Oh, those point sounds just literally do things to me. That is just wonderful. Just a nice, gentle stop. There we go. Right, okay. Door release. It's an island platform again, so we'll be careful not to cock that one up. It's quite a nice little station, isn't it? I wonder if it's this picturesque in real life. Sometimes Train Simulator, particularly the Dovetail Games creations, have a point or a problem with kind of making things, oh, hang on, maybe not. But they have a habit of, oh, hang on, we can interact with that train barrel thing. They have a habit of making places look a lot nicer than what they are. And that's probably just so they don't offend anybody. But, you know, there can be stations that are like an absolute dump. And it makes them look really pretty. Right, let's do this thing. Come on. We need to catch this time up. It's literally been too long. You know, getting later and later, and it's not fair. Hello, colleague. Oh, you're on a double set. Thank goodness we've not got a double set. I don't think. No. We're a single set that's been dispatched to save the day. Oh, look at that for a stop. That's much better, isn't it? Oh, there's another train there, another steam engine, and there is some posters we can interact with. It's all useful to know. I'm going to go back and do this at some stage. I won't bore you with that. Do you actually, like, win some sort of award when, you know, when you've interacted with everything? Oh, look, we're early. We're back early. Bloody hell, we're back early. I was, like, a minute late at the last station. There must be, it must be quite padded down this particular line. I must apologise as well. I'm throughout this video I am trying to stay kind of interesting, and I'm trying to come up with, you know, like little interesting witty comments, and it's just not happening. Currently at work, I start work at 1:45 in the morning all week. 1:45 in the morning. Oh my goodness me! What do you do? What job is required to start at that time in the morning? But yeah, I do work on the railway, so you know, we do shift work. There's trains running at ridiculous times. Well, of course, I say I work on the railway. For those of you who don't know, because most of you probably know that anyway, if you subscribe to the channel, you'll know. But yeah, I do work on the railway, and the shift work is sometimes absolutely brutal. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love it, and I wouldn't change it for the world, but sometimes it's like, oh no, when your alarm's going off as well at that time in the morning, you're just like, no, 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 people don't need a train at this time in the morning. I would much rather lie in. But I imagine I'll get in trouble if I do that, so. But yes, it's got to a point now where I'm so tired with this. I'm just like, right, come on, don't cock up, keep driving, you know, get there reasonably well, and, you know, try and be entertaining at the same time. And it's somewhat not happening now. I'm starting to kind of like get droopy eyes. It's like someone's put lead weights on the end of my eyes. You know, they're just like nodding off, thinking I could just have a nap in my chair. I wonder if the ladies and gentlemen of YouTube would object if, you know, if I set the train going and then had a nap. Nah, to be honest with you, I don't think it's a long enough journey to get away with having a nap without you guys noticing. I still can't get over the spectacular job they've done with the model. There's probably massive 314 fans out there that are like, oh, actually, I don't think the model is particularly good. If that is the case, I'm terribly sorry for any offence caused. But I don't really know the model, so I think it's pretty good for a 3-1. You know, you could tell what it is for a start, can't you? I mean, you look at that, you know it's a 314. Even if they scrubbed the numbers off the front, you would know that's a 314. And for those smart asses amongst you that are going, oh, well, it could be a 315, if you didn't see how many carriages it had, or it could be a 313, you'd never know. Yeah, they don't have those in ScotRail. If it's in ScotRail livery, it's clearly a 314. Yeah, absolutely. I wonder what's at Kirkhill. Let's just consult the route map. So we're just leaving. We're not just leaving there. That's where we're going, isn't it? Kirkhill, Newton. Ah, right, okay. Jolly good. Hell, it's quite a hill, isn't it, at 1%? Come on. Come on, little train. You can make it up this hill. You are the little train that could. I mean, to be fair, most of the other trains, most of the other 314s can also make it up this hill, because they do it day in, day out. I haven't actually seen it on this particular, you know, this particular version of the Cathcart Circle. I've not seen it in person, but somebody did post on one of the groups that they've seen a stop board on this for a class 380, and they were like, ooh, have they put this in? Is that a sign of things to come? So wouldn't that be fantastic? A class 380 with, like, hopefully more than the Glasgow Airport rail link. Because, you know, as much as I quite enjoyed the Glasgow Airport rail link, I thought it was certainly, you know, but it was a short route, but it was an enjoyable route to drive, providing you drove it from the cab. That was one thing with the Glasgow Airport route, was that if you drove it from, like, kind of looking round outside, you would be disappointed because the scenery was all done. And they said this in the release stuff, to be fair. The scenery was all done for the perspective of someone driving it from the front cab. But yeah, short route, so of course it was a short turnaround. It would be quite nice to get the 380 on a bit of a longer route so you could go a little bit further, you know what I mean? It would be nice. See, we've not had... oh, hang on, let's go and let's shut the doors. Lovely. We've not had any form of D0 unit in Train Sim World 2 yet, have we? Ooh, that showed a lot of grime on the windscreen, didn't it? Again, I'm just sorry that I can't give you little factoids about the route. I don't know what it is. I'm sure that Train Sim World 2, literally, I sent them for Train Sim World 2, Train Sim World 1, I think I posted on the forum, wouldn't it be great if we could have this route? Wouldn't it be great if you did this route? This is another route you should perhaps look into. This is a interesting route. You know, it's like, oh, hang on, we're speeding. Too busy looking at this tunnel and all the grime on the wall. You know, I was like, these are some really interesting routes, and, you know, it'd be great if you could think of including some of these. And I think that they've deliberately picked all the routes that I suggested, and they've, like, thrown them in the bin. They were like, no, he's irritating, we're not going to do. He's mean to us on YouTube. You know, he's mean to Dovetail Games. He's not nice to us, he always slates us. Which is not true. I'd like to think that whenever I provide kind of feedback, it's always balanced, and I always try and find a positive. I always will find a negative, and I'm happy to say a negative, you know, because otherwise if there's somebody that's just sat there going, oh, it's terrible, don't buy it, don't buy it, don't buy it, then you're going to be watching the video thinking, well, this is a bit crap. Well, this is interesting. Whereabouts are we then? So Newton, this looks like it could potentially be West Coast Main Line, maybe? I'm not sure. I'm not sure at all, but yeah, Newton is our next stop. Right, we need to, yeah, we'll cancel that off. Just make sure we don't run the red signal as well, because that would be particularly embarrassing. So I'd quite like to be able to get out and have a walk around. I mean, you can do. You can literally, I think you can go over there. I don't think the lift works. No, of course it doesn't. This is Train Simulator, not Lift Simulator. The fact that you can get out and walk at all is a dramatic improvement on Train Simulator 2021. But yeah, I think you can get out and walk around, but we just don't have enough time, do we? So we've got the position light there, the two little white lights below. Basically means that we're shunting. So off we go. It does feel weird setting off against a red signal. Yeah, let's just slow down for that 5. I'm reading the 5 mile an hour and treating it as if it's where we've got to stop, which is, that's not what you want to be doing, Joe, otherwise you are going to be speeding, sunshine. How on earth are we going to hold this at 5 miles an hour then? Well, by the sounds of things, we've got, you know, plenty of time until we get to, so we're gonna be naughty. Yeah. Yeah, look, it's going on its own. Let's have a look at the interior. This is brilliant. This is really nice. I think the interior is modelled really well. Can we open the windows? No. How rude. What's that say? Passenger safety information. Yeah, I think it's a pretty well modelled interior. You could tell what sort of train you were on. Let's just shut that. And we'll return to our driver's seat. I like the ScotRail maquette. I think that that's a really nice touch as well. In fact, I'm glad that they've done it in the current ScotRail livery, because it could be very easy for them to have just done it in like British Rail blue and grey and not included the ScotRail livery, just simply because they wouldn't have been able to get the copyright. Yeah, you see, I think the livery as well, it really suits this train. I've not really seen a train yet that the ScotRail livery doesn't suit, to be honest with you. I preferred the first ScotRail one. Ooh, controversial opinion. But yeah, I quite like the Barbie livery, but that's sadly gone, never to return, we think. So there we go. That is this particular train. As far as Newton Turnback sidings, now we're going to turn the train off, get it all, you know, switched off this time. There we go, everything's off. And I shall see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed the video, then please do subscribe so you never miss out on any of your favourite Train Sim World 2 videos. And again, if you've enjoyed the video, click the like button. Oh, I like this. This is a bit funky. Yeah, click that like button so that it helps the video do better. Again, always appreciated. Thanks for watching, and until next time, cheerio. Goodbye for now.